Hi guys, how are you?
In cities and towns across the country, walking past someone asking for food or money is not an unusual experience.
Hey, my brothers, I need a little help today if you can,
The
please.
usual response for most people, ignore them,
Okay, that's
mumble
fair.
some
I
reason why you
appreciate that.
can't give anything, or stop and give what you can. Few take
Yes,
the time to stop
absolutely.
and recognize a fellow human being. This man asking for help is Harold, but he goes by the nickname Grasshopper.
Right?
He is
So what he's
originally
doing is
from Maine
actually,
and recently settled in Athens. He says he's a veteran in need of food and offers his handcrafted jewelry in exchange for money.
any donations would be appreciated. Thank you.
But while Harold appreciates any donations people choose to give, others don't
But
appreciate
there
the
isn't.
presence of panhandlers in Athens at all. After he received a number of complaints about panhandlers on Route 33 exit ramp on East State Street, Athens Police Chief Tom Pyle decided to write a public service announcement.
My public service announcements are more geared toward how to prevent people from being taken advantage of. Some panhandlers are con artists, is plain and evident, and I'm not saying the ones that we have in town are. I'm just saying that there is a con involved in this.
But Harold says most folks like him aren't trying to trick anyone.
Are those using this and telling us one thing and doing another? There's always a liar in the hat. You know what I mean? But shame on them. You know what I mean? The majority of people out here, they're doing what they're saying they're doing with it.
Pyle says he knows from personal experience that panhandlers can be con artists. His advice to people wanting to help: give information about local resources for the homeless and hungry, not money. Harold says he feels people get the wrong impression of people like him because of other individuals misusing the money. Homeless advocates say painting people who are panhandling or claim to be homeless in such broad strokes does not help solve the issue.
I think it's important to remember that unless you talk to a person on the street, you don't know where they've come from, what's brought them to that place.
Tars says often when panhandling and homelessness become a visible problem in a community, officials react in ways similar to the sentiments in Pyle's public service announcement.
Once that demand is there to do something, it seems in many cases people assume the easiest thing to do is to criminalize it, and that shouldn't be. We do have a lot of data showing that having homeless people living on the street actually costs communities more than it would to simply provide them with homes.
For example, data from New York's Housing First model shows simply providing the homeless housing costs $20,000 a year, while putting the homeless behind bars costs $84,000 a year, and around $30,000 for people shuttling between shelters and healthcare services. TARS encourages communities to take time and figure out the most cost-effective ways to address problems for the homeless and panhandlers, rather than simply pushing them out of sight.
It's a matter of making truly adequate alternatives available that could, really help people get off the streets and into a situation where they feel safe and comfortable.
In Athens, alternatives can be found from various nonprofit organizations, like the UCM Soup Kitchen and homeless shelters. As for Harold, he plans to continue to sell his trade goods in a place he calls home.
People have gotten to know me in town here and all over this county and surrounding counties. And for the first time in many, many years, I'm really home. I love you, man. That's it.
Reporting for WOUB News, I'm Erica King.